Now it's a good morning here in Gusii. I'm recording this at around it's around 7:30 in the morning, and the sun is out. And I'm actually in a tea plantation, as you can see. This is uh, this is tea. These are tea leaves. This is what the farmers pluck and take to the tea buying centers. And over the years, the farmers have been decrying poor pay from the Kenya Tea Development Authority, that is KTDA. Most farmers get only 15 shillings for every kilogram of tea leaves that they take to the buying centers that are right. That one is actually right behind me. The building you can see where my hand is pointing to is one of the buying centers. And over the years, ever since our grandfathers were doing this same farming, the complaints have been the same. The farmers cannot even afford the protective gear or the proper clothing or the proper gear that can protect them when harvesting their farm produce, especially during these rainy seasons. It's usually it's usually very cold in the mornings. Then the farmers say, due to their poor pay, they cannot actually get to protect themselves or get value for their hard work. From the 15 shillings they make from a kilo, they have to spend at least 7 shillings to pay the tea pluckers for every kilogram. So if you do the maths, clearly the farmer remains with at least eight shillings from every kilo of tea that is taken to the buying center. But then after that, during the payments, the government takes taxes from that amount. They also make deductions for fertilizer that is applied to the farm produce. And the farmers actually now considering moving away after the entry of Mara tea into the market. I just spoke to some of the officials of the buying center just behind me, the tea collection zone joint that is behind me. They told me the numbers of the farmers who are turning up to take their farm produce to KTDA has actually declined drastically over the last 2 months, because the entry of Mara means a new gold that has been struck by the farmers in this region. What it means, Mara is offering the farmers 23 shillings for every kilo of green leaf. 23 shillings for every kilo of green leaf, up from 15 shillings that the government, that KTDA is giving the farmers. So it's a matter of time as we wait to see what happens next. But the situation is worrying for KTDA. Maybe just to get a clear picture of what it means when farmers receive the 23 shillings we are mentioning here for the farmers at the KTDA program. The farmers actually, after doing their calculations, they say at least they get 4 shillings for every kilo of green leaf that they harvest from their farm. And it's a situation that is worrying, because if Marathi is now going to give them on an average of 23 shillings and there are no deductions made, the farmers say they have no reason whatsoever as to why they should take their green leaf to KTDA because of the low pay. But one worry still remains for the farmers. They are saying this is a private developer who set up two factories in Kenya. There is Mara Sugar and now there is Mara Tea, that is giving KTDA very stiff competition in this area. They are worried because they say the government could actually pull a stunt. They could frustrate the businessman so that he pulls out of the region. This is the inside of the tea buying center, and as you can see, the tables are empty. There is no farm produce that has been delivered in here. Only one or two farmers are making their way to the buying center. So we tried to look at the situation from the collection joint there, that is the tea buying center. And after hours of waiting, there are only about 3 farmers who had brought in their products, carrying them in very small sacks as opposed to the past. And we'll show you what it looks like. In this video, you'll also see what the situation looks like inside the buying center and even on the leaf carrier that belongs to KTDA. But when speaking to the farmers there a while ago at the tea buying center, what is making them still take their tea to KTDA is because of their outstanding loans. Some of them have education loans that they have taken to pay school fees for their children, and the situation is dire. Not forgetting to mention that total income for 2018 was the highest in the last 6 years. That is from 2013. It stood at 85 billion and 85.74 billion, up from 78 billion in 2017. But that did not reflect on the farmers' side. And the KTDA says it's because of increased rainfall distribution in the areas that grow tea. But then the farmers are still crying. And so I'll take you inside the makeshift buying center for Mara tea. And what I just want you to see is the state of the facility they are using. It's a very small room, as you can see. It has no ventilations, given that this is green leaf that is being collected. And some of the leaves here actually, these specific ones here have not been collected since Friday, and you can see it's actually a big loss to the farmers who are relying on Mara tea to be the next alternative after having been frustrated by KTDA. There are also claims that some of the farmers have not been receiving their payments, but only the factory can confirm that. So that is how the situation looks like for the Kenyan farmer. And that has been it from me, Joseph Sosi.